स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
He comes from a lineage of great sages, yogis, and saints from India. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 and was fully realized by the age of 14. During this time, he delved into different practices and acquired mastery over Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, Aghori practices, and Yaksha sadhana. He was a siddha, and many masters, saints, and sages used to visit him in solitude to gain wisdom and guidance from him since the tender age. Although he has been helping humanity since childhood, he never disclosed this part of him to the world, and only the advanced yogis and masters were aware of his divine presence. Only in the last 2 years he chose few people from the world and started guiding them in their spiritual paths, and those who have been closely associated with him have witnessed many miracles in his presence. Despite being a family person, he is a yogi and intends to help people entangled in this world achieve Jivan Mukti, liberation while being alive. He is truly in the world but not of the world, and if you really want to understand him, look him beyond his physical appearance and just sit with him, and you will never be the same again. In his presence you will transcend your body and mind and experience the state of Sat, absolute truth, Chit, pure consciousness, Ananda, eternal bliss. Let us fold our hands in front of his divinity and with a heart filled with gratitude and love welcome our spiritual guru, the realized soul, and our enlightened master, Guru Meenakshi Mishra.
ॐ महाभैरवाय विद्महे कालरूपाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात्। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णावपूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अहं ब्रह्मास्मि. So, good morning, the people, those who have just awoken up, and we have a duo combo out there. We saw that today. I don't know like how both of them managed to be at the same place. Some magic. Good. So good to see you, Sapnaji, also. Good. So all of you waking up, Prabhuji, Kirti, and Raji ji. So especially from the UK side, if you are waking up now, so we have come up with a new quote, right? Rise and shine and be divine. So every morning when you wake up, you have to remember that you are the divine and you have to live your life in that form, in that way. And today morning we had some gala time playing around with people. So most probably we will do the same thing for the UK people as well. Because you look at the people, those who attended, you see like they look like a sage now. I don't know why. But something has changed within them. So we'll do that for all of us. But as today, on special request of, I could see Kirti sitting already with him. Okay. So Ujjwala ji has specifically requested last time, is there anything that we can start? Is there anything that I can really take up and quantifiable measures? Yeah. So that's what we are here today, which has given quantifiable results to, I don't say 1, 2. I can say everyone that has done that has seen. There is a word called as pratyaksh, right, Swapnaji? Means it happens in front of you. So that kind of one simple job that could be traveling with you throughout your life. And it is actually so simple and it has to be done throughout your life. And as I was asking Ujjwala ji, let me ask all of you, do you have another space in your home where you can accommodate another kid? Obviously, an invisible one. Your neighbors will not doubt on you, so don't worry. An invisible kid, but it requires your attention. It requires you to take care of it. And in turn, what it will do is beyond your imagination. And you will experience not only its presence, but you will also experience its presence. He comes as a complete package, you see. And why I said like Kirti is already sitting with him, like, because we are talking about none other than Batuk Bhairav. Batuk means small little kid. What is the age of that? His age is only 5. But what kind of powers he has? He has the power of Shiva. Now just think of Shiva coming as a small little kid into your house and staying with you. Anybody interested? See, if you're not interested now, after a few days, you will be saying like, it is better. He doesn't grows up. He's just like that and he should stay like that. And literally, Swapnaji, we have seen like somebody shared a photo where they said like there is one particular person of ISKCON, wherever he travels across the globe, he reserves another extra seat for Krishna. That went very viral actually. He takes to, and he says, no, this is place for my Krishna, and he puts a small little idol of Krishna out there. And we have some people in this group, in the Indian group, who actually do that for Batuk Bhairav. Whether they are traveling in a bus, whether they're traveling in a train, they make sure a little space is kept for him. Why? Because it has become like cell phone to them. Because I don't understand any other thing that we have gotten attached to in the recent times. I think cell phone is something that we are not able to live without. People I have seen Prabhuji living without a kidney, but not without a phone. Like a phone going somewhere and they think like, oh my God, what happened to me today? But that is one dangerous thing that we have tied us all around. And we know like what kind of life has become. We thought like cell phones were made to make our lives easier, of course. But we forgot what its name was. Its name itself is a cell. What does a cell mean? Obviously a jail. An invisible jail that we have created all around us. You are eating something, you cannot enjoy if it is ringing out there. I've gone into the washroom and I don't know what it has such vibration with you. The moment you go a little bit far from it, it starts ringing. Especially when you are going into the washroom, taking a shower. And then it starts ringing. And it doesn't stop with one ring. It keeps on ringing until you panic. So we have created that cell around us. If you are able to handle a cell phone, I think like you can handle Batuk Bhairav also. Why this particular mantra that we want to start with everything? We want to start with everything because this is so powerful yet so easy to handle. You don't need any specific kind of rituals to do along with it. Right, Ujjwala? So you wanted to have something that is maintenance free. Yeah, good. No, everybody wants that. Like we want a kid, but we don't want a kid with activities that they do. So we are doing one good thing is it's already a grown-up kid, at least 5 years old, and he can take care of himself. So that is going to be a very amazing experience. And I will call upon some people, those who can share what they have experienced with Batuk Bhairav, and I will share a little bit with it. Why do the sharing is required? At times, we don't know the power of what we are dealing with. And the sharings of the people of the real time that they have experienced it, that creates a kind of momentum in your life, right? We are not expecting those things to happen to us, but at least we know that these things can happen to me in the presence of that little fellow. So there are, if you go by the Rudra Yamal Tantra, there are 64 Bhairavas. Out of them, 8 are most prominent. And 64 Bhairavas also have 64 Bhairavis. मतलब 64 Bhairav और 64 Bhairavi होते हैं, या तो योगिनी कहा जाता है उनको. But we cannot deal with all those things right now. But this little Batuk Bhairav is just a small little kid. And anyways, we'll try to share a photo of that fellow with you as well. So Haribhai will help me with that. And Bhairav, the meaning itself is Bhairav, means the one who dispels all your fears. And the person who can dispel all your fears and takes care of you as a family, that is called as the Batuk Bhairav. Batuk means a small little kid. Chota sa bachcha, jo we call them in Hindi also, there is a word called as Batuk, means a small little kid. Now, why this small little kid came into existence and from whom did he came into existence? Batuk Bhairav was specifically designed to kill the demon called as Apad. Now, all the people, those who did Swarnakarshan Bhairav along with us, there was a particular word that we used in that mantra. Apaduddharanaya means the one who brought everything out of the clutch of the demon called as Apad. Batuk Bhairav was also one of the main deities who actually killed Apad. Who was Apad? Apad was a demon who worshipped Shiva with full devotion, and finally Shiva appeared, and we know like what Shiva does. Exactly like what Swapnaji said. We felt like he is present. Okay, he said, okay, whatever you wish for, right? So obviously there are Ashtabhairavs, Asitang, Ruru, Chand, Krodhanat, Unmat, Kapali, Asitanga, Ruruchanda, Krodhanatta, and the other two. These Ashtabhairavs are also the Ashtadigpalaks. Ashtadigpalak means there are 8 directions in the Bhu, in the creation. And these 8 are the ones, those who safeguard us. But although those are there, in order to have them in our house is not easy, because Bhairavas are Prachanda Roops, means the angrier form of Shiva. So dealing with an angry person, they might be as cool as a cucumber. That's what we say, right, Swapnaji? But if somebody is as cool as cucumber like Prabhuji, but if he gets angry, it's not that easy to handle, right, Santoshji? It's not that easy to handle a calm little fellow, but if he gets angry. So Bhairavon ki puja karna mushkil hai. It takes a lot of rituals. But in this case, when Apad was doing the sadhana of Shiva, and Shiva appeared, and Shiva said, okay, what's the boon that you ask for? He said, give me a boon in which nobody can kill me. Then by this time, I believe like Shiva was in senses. And he says, no, it cannot happen that you become immortal. Then the Rakshasa says, okay, do one thing. The demon said, okay, give me a particular kind of Vardhan. I don't ask for immortality, but give me a Vardhan like I cannot be killed by the Devas, the Devatas, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Kinnaras, humans, or animals. Then Shiva says, what have you left? Now he said, when I said humans and all these things, Shiva said, I agree to that, but there should be one condition that you should apply to it. He said, then do one thing. I can only be killed by a small little kid who is 5-year-old, has all the powers, and is absolutely pure, and has all the gunas of Shiva itself. Now, in order to create that, he absolutely asked that Shiva should incarnate as a small little kid and he should kill. But who can handle Shiva's incarnation? There wasn't any. So what happened is, all this demon, Apad, he started taking his toll on everyone. The Devas, Devatas. You see, our mythology goes like this only. Until there is a trouble on the Devatas, nothing incarnates. So if you are going through troubles, I think incarnation should happen. Because we are not talking to humans anymore, right? So we are not converting into religion, we are converting ourselves into the divinity. So this is why in that moment, when there was too much of terrifying acts by this demon called as Apad, all the Devatas were running around, and finally they gave up at Shiva and said, you have given the boon, now you save. Then Shiva said, okay, let us do one thing. You bring out all your energies, the best part of you. We remember Durga also got the same kind of incarnation. When all the Devatas came together and they brought out their Sattvic fire, the fire that has the power of them. The similar situation happened with even Batuk Bhairav. All the Devatas came together, and finally the pran was given by, the life force was given by Shiva. And it took the form of a 5-year-old kid. And that's how it came into existence. However, all the people, those who do Navaratra Puja of Durga, if you don't do the puja of Batuk Bhairav, your puja itself is not complete. Why? Because both came into existence in the same way. And in order to, you might have heard of 10 Mahavidyas, the 10 Devis, those who carry all the secrets of the cosmic creation, 10 Mahavidya jo hai. You cannot do a sadhana of 10 Mahavidya, neither you can do a Siddhi of Mahavidya until and unless you get the blessings from Bhairava itself. That's the power of that small little appearing fellow. And now if you want to start doing the sadhana of it, as I said, no maintenance. Only thing, what you eat, he will eat. Wherever you go, he will go along with you. Whatever you give him, he will accept that. He doesn't come with a if and a but, or rather a question or a star mark. Only and only thing that he requires is your affection and love. That's it. And I believe you can give that unconditionally. All other things comes with a price tag, but these don't have a price tag on that part. So I believe you all can accommodate that, right? And I will only introduce that to you, not only introduce, send it to your house. If you promise only one thing, that you are going to take care of it. It doesn't need a courier service. It doesn't need anything. You will absolutely, Prabhuji, if you accept him by the end of this session, you will feel his presence at your house. Not after 10 days, today. That's what I am speaking of. But all that is required is a simple way of accepting him into your life. And Prabhuji, it has happened such situations in our group. There is a lady, okay? She is old, like she has cataract, she is not able to see very clearly. His son was sitting on the roof, and the staircase that is taking to the roof doesn't has a sidebar. It's a open, means it is not completed yet, only concrete. It is already evening. She tried to call her son, but the son is not able to listen because he's put the earplugs in his ear and doing his chanting on the rooftop. So she finally started climbing. And you know what happened? While she was almost on the verge of stepping onto the roof, her legs slipped. And there is no railings, remember that. And she fell, rolling down. And she was on the ground. Not even a single scratch. When was asked, what happened to you? Because she shouted in the middle, because when she started falling, she shouted. Then everybody came to see what happened. But what she said after that is, I shouted for a moment, but in that moment, he came, he held me and carried me down and put me here. Not a single scratch. Although she rolled down all the stairs. Now, while listening all this, his son came. And when his son realized what happened, she said, I was calling, but you didn't come. No, I was doing Batuk Bhairav Jap. And this is not story. This is what people have experienced in their lives. And not in the past, just few months ago. And that is not the only one story. One story that narrated by Sumaji last week. How is it possible? Because Sarojaji is also there. Sumaji is also there. You can ask them whether it happened to them or not. Because I even were not aware like this thing happened to them. And not only that, any other person in the room. It has saved them from such situations that was so difficult to even handle in any way. And not only he will be there to save you, it will also be there with you in your good times. So when you dance around, because Kirti does that, make sure you have a space for that fellow to dance around. And trust me, I have seen sometimes our kids don't listen to us, but he does. You cannot have a better kid than him. Maintenance free. The only thing that you have to do is take care of it. But there is a process, a very simple process. And I will introduce that process to you. And after that, you know what will happen? Even if I say stop that, you will not stop it. I can assure that. I can give it in write up. उषा जी, बटुक भैरव का जाप बंद कर सकते हो आप? नहीं. सुमा जी, even somebody comes and tells you, no, stop it. Khushi ji, not. Once you have started that, it will create a space not in your home, in your heart. So my question was, can you give a space in your home? No, I was asking, can you give him a space in your heart? And see the magic and miracles unfolding for you in your lives. You see, Alivaji says he lives within us. That's what exactly I'm saying. And he will make you feel his presence. Process is very simple. बहुत ही सरल है. The first question that I have to ask all of you is, there are certain simple requirements, especially the people, those who have not been initiated on this part, and you are about to start this. There is a very small little requirement. One, I'm not sure if the people in the UK have this or not. You have a Rudraksh mala or a Rakchandan mala. Every one of you have it. Good. Amazon is everywhere now. Now people in US are getting products faster than people in India. Chalo. Santoshji, do you have it? You don't have? Prabhuji, you don't have it? So don't worry, we'll arrange something for that. But in the meantime, if you don't even have a mala of this, of Rudraksh or Rudraksh or Rakt Chandan, that is red sandalwood mala, if you don't even have it also, you can start it with your finger counts. Even you cannot do that, take a digital counter. Now even your mobile has a digital count of mala. You download that from a app store for now, so that it keeps on repeating. Once you say, it takes up the count, or else you can just touch it and it takes a count of it, so that you are aware like you have done the malas correctly. And this is called as Anushthan. Anushthan means you taking a prana, or you taking up a thing for the next 40 days. 40 days is okay. 40 days is okay, but after 40 days, anyways, you are not going to stop, because we'll add another thing. And all the people, those who are already crossed the second time also, I'm going to add a third thing for them, because slowly they are evolving. But for you, it's a very simple one-liner, not even a one-liner. Only 4 words. 4 words that you have to do. Total of 324 times in a day. Means 324 times you have to chant that. In other words, 3 mala. 108 into 3. It won't take more than 10 minutes of your time, but can fasten your life by 10 times. Things that are not happening for you, things that have gotten stuck, will speed up. So can you give a commitment of 10 minutes? That is for the jap, that is for the mala. But commitment to stay with him is yours for lifetime. So the first and foremost thing that is required is a Rudraksh mala or a Rakt Chandan or a that you call as a red sandalwood mala. If you don't have it, for now you can keep it on a count on your fingers. Even you can draw 108 and tick that off, or else you can download something from your app store and you can use that as well. All the things are available. But try to procure one mala. Why? Because whenever you are doing a particular mala, and okay, so let me introduce something to all of you here, because all the people, those who are doing already, they are here, so they should get something extra today, right? Okay, so let me ask you, how many beads are there in a mala? How many beads should be there in a mala? 108. Mukta ji, sahi hai Hari bhai? 108. We take that 108 and one is 109, that is the Meru, the extra one that we take, because so that we know where it is starting and where it is ending. And have you ever thought why 108? See, there are many things that people talk of. But I'm going to tell you one thing that you had never heard it. People calculate it saying like 108 nadis. Okay. What else, Kirti? Nadis kai hai. 14 pramukh hain. There are major ones. Are Lord Shiva has 108 names. Okay. But even Lord Shiva has 1008 names also. So 108 is very prominent. Again, like in this way, like they say, the dimension of the earth, whatever the dimension of the earth is, if you put it into 108 times, it is exactly a distance between the sun and the earth. If you take the dimension of the moon, 108 times of that is the distance between the earth and the moon. So there is certain mathematical calculation in the creation process where it plays a major role, 108. But I'm not going to talk about that. I want to tell you something that you have not heard. मुक्ता जी, और क्या क्या हो सकता है बताओ 108 में? Why specific number 108? And now you get enlightened with that also. 1, 0 and 8, right? If you add this up, it also comes to the same number called as 9, right? And 9 also has a very major role to play. Navagraha, right? Anybody believes in that? Navagraha, like Sani ki dasha, Ketu ka prabhav, right? Okay. 27 into 4 padas, that is 108. Yes, Sumadi. But I'm not talking that. Whatever you search in Google, you will not find my answer. So when people were talking, like somebody asked me, Sunny, like, ये ग्रहों की दशा से ऊपर कैसे निकले? How to come out of this effect of graha? I said, then you have to go beyond the 9 grahas. There is another big graha than that. He said, but we have only heard of 9. I said, there is one more, the 10th one. I said, what is that? I said, Anugraha. Means the blessing of the divine. If you have the blessing of the divine, then what planet can affect you? कोई ग्रह आपका कुछ नहीं कर सकता अगर उसका अनुग्रह हो जाए तो. And that anugrah can also happen through Bhatu Bhairav now. And every Bhairava has a very specific role to play. I will talk about that also. Now I'm talking about 108. 1. What does the 1 represents? The 1 represents the ultimate Brahman. जो निराकार ब्रह्म है वो एक ही है. That's one only, right? Where does it live? It lives in nothingness. Shunya. 0 is nothingness. But without that, can anything exist? everything's value increases if it is attached to it on the right side of it, right? अगर शक्ति के बिना शिव शव है, शिव के बिना शक्ति भी कोई काम की नहीं. So one is the ultimate Brahman. Where does it reside? It resides in the zero, that is nothingness. Then what is 8? 8 is you. 8, as Haribhai says, 8 is the sign of infinity, but at the same time, you have taken infinite numbers of births. Your life circle has been going on and coming down, but that's not only the thing that I'm talking about. 8 is also representation of Prakriti. What is Prakriti? Nature. Nature जिससे सब कुछ बनाया है. Everything is created by nature. So Prakriti and Purush. Here 1 is the Purush, 8 is the Prakriti. Shiva and Shakti joined together through that emptiness, nothingness. Shape of the world. So Prakriti or Purush का मिलन होने से creation. The creation happens when Prakriti and Purush come together. But why 8 is denoted as Prakriti? In any of the pujas that we do in Tantra or even in ritualistic Vedic pujas, whenever we depict Prakriti, we denote it with 8 hands, Ashtabhuja. You might have also seen some photographs of Durga in which she has 8 hands. वो प्रकृति का रूप है. Means Shakti in the appearance as a Prakriti, she has 8 hands. Ashtabhuja जिसे कहते हैं. What does those 8 hands denote? Those 8 hand denotes Panch Mahabhut. How are you created? The 5 great elements. Those are the Panch Mahabhutas. Everything is created by only these 5 elements or not? As per Agam Nigam, means 1 step of Shiva, 1 step of Shakti, Agam and Nigam. They also say that everything is created of 5 elements, Panch Mahabhut. Then this is only 5. What about the rest 3? All these Panch Mahabhutas are controlled by 3 things called as gunas, 3 gunas. 3 type of gunas we have: Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. And these 3 gunas depend, like whether I'm acting like a demon or a god, it depends on the priority of the guna that I have in my life. हमारे जो गुण हैं उसके हिसाब से हम जीवन जीते हैं. If tamasic pravritti is too much, a human being a human also acts like a demon. And if sattvic pravritti is more, despite being a human, he acts like a god. And we have seen all kinds of humans, right? So here, 3 gunas that dominate the Pancha Mahabhutas come together to create. And that's why that Prakriti is depicted with 8 hands. Pancha Mahabhutas, 3 gunas combining together, creation happens. So that is the reason that every moment you are reminded when you are doing a mala. Have you seen a typical thing that happens when you roll a mala? I said there is something called as a meru. You can see this, right? This is a meru and there is one particular mala here, right? This is the 109th mala. And you might have seen in all the prescribed places, it is said not to jump over the meru. If you have come to the end of it, you have to rotate the mala to the other side. But here is the only place where I say to jump over it. Why it is denied and why I say to jump over that. There is a reason behind it. When you are doing a mala, you are starting from the meru. What is a meru? Meru is also a word in Hindi called as the Merudand or the spinal cord of your life. If the spinal cord is taken care of, you can stand, walk straight. Any problem in the spinal cord, very dangerous, right? So it is also the Meru What is this Meru? On this Meru lies the 7 chakras of yours. Not 7, I will be introducing 27 chakras soon. So these 7 chakras are resting on that. And this is also that Meru. And this Meru is also representation of the one Brahman. One Brahman that has taken a shape of 108 in combination with Shakti, Prakriti. But when you do a mala, you see, when I start rolling it, I am going away from the Brahman, the one Meru. I'm going away or not? You see, it is coming down. It is rolling. But at the same time, you see, there will be a situation where you will be the farthest from the Brahman. Now just think of what happened to Sati when she left Shiva. We all know that. What was that act? She created that distance by jumping into the fire. And that's why the Brahman was away from the Shakti itself. And we all know after that Rudra came into existence and Veerbhadra came into existence. Kali's one roop, Bhadra Kali ki bhi wahan se sthapana hui. But again, at the same time, you see, it is a rolling down. How far you go, you will again come back to the Brahman. Are you seeing that? आप ब्रह्म से कितना भी दूर जाओ, आपको वापस आना ही पड़ेगा. This is exactly where I see you people now. There had been a time where you are absolutely away, but now your journey has started beginning towards back to it again. So every step that you are going to take is going to be towards the Brahman. Not away from the Brahman, but towards the Brahman. Are you seeing that? So this 108, when people say don't jump over it, there is a reason why they say don't jump over it. Because this denotes the Brahman, as I said. Who can jump over Brahman? Only one. Who is the Brahman? And what do we call? Every morning we wake up and we say one specific thing. Aham Brahmasmi. When you are already declared that you are the Brahman, and as I said, only Brahman can jump over Brahman, can you jump over the Meru or not? That itself says that you are no more in the circle of life. This is a circle of life. You are no more in the circle of life. You are ready to jump over. That means you are ready to jump over the cycle of life. Why is it dangerous? It is dangerous because you won't come back if you do this. One way to ensure your moksha is jumping over the Brahman. Does it really happen? I say, how will you know? Until you go. But one thing is guaranteed, you will be experiencing those things while being here. And if you experience all those things while being here, I think you don't need any testimonies for that. So why 108 you realized? Is the Prakriti and the Purusha combined together in nothingness and creation happens. And this is also a reminder that through your mantras that you are doing the jap. What is a mantra? Mantra is also a vibration. Through that vibration, now you are utilizing both the Shiva and the Shakti, the Purusha and the Prakriti, and with the vibration, you are going to create your own world. The world of your choice. Why do they say that you should be given a particular mantra? Because you want to create a particular type of world for your own self. Just like it is said, like the Pranav mantra, Omkar is the sound through which this creation came into existence. Now you are also being introduced to a certain mantra through which you create that kind of energy in your life. What are you using? This mala. What does the mala represent? The creator himself. And if you are doing by the help of this and you are keeping this along with you always, what will happen? And you see, it doesn't have a break. It's a continuation. And what happens to the continuation? Every bead that you roll, you are actually breathing a life into that. Breathe through that mantra. Every time you are completing a mantra and you are rolling the bead, right? That energy is being stored in this. What is the shape of this? Every bead? Circular, right? Shape of the world? How are you going to create it? I say create your own world. While doing the beads, remember, you are not just rolling a mala. You are adding up to your own world. You are energizing it. It's like every single day you go to the gym and start exercising. Day by day you get stronger, right? So day by day your rolling of the mala becomes stronger and stronger because of the vibrations that you are putting in. And especially you have seen, like, people say, don't show it while you are doing it. You put it in a bag or something. Not necessary. For us, the mantras that we are doing cannot be stolen from you. That much we can assure you. So now you understood why 108? This is why 108 is so important. It is not a mala, it is a reminder that I might have been lost in somewhere, but let me go back home. That's why it also indicates one specific thing. From the place where you started, you will reach that back again. That's why it rolls down back to the same place where you started. Where did you started your life? In the womb of the mother? Then it will take you to the womb of the divinity. If you have started yourself from the place of divine, you will go back becoming the divine again. Only it looks like a very different thing right now, Swapnaji. It's just like a drop of water. It looks at the ocean and says, wow, how powerful, how big, how gigantic you are. But where is water? From where did you got the water? It forgot that it itself is water as well. By its shape and name, it doesn't looks at itself that it is also water. He says, "Main to boond hu, I'm just a drop." No, from where did the drop came from? The drop itself is the water. And even if you have considered yourself as a drop, there also the divinity lies within you. Can any scientist prove that a drop of water doesn't has H2O? Possible? No, even a drop has the same quality of the biggest of the oceans. So you, my dear friend, even if you have segregated yourself, you have detached yourself into that, remember, still divinity shines within you. Because a drop cannot be without a water. A water can be without a drop. And your being what you are itself is the greatest proof that it exists. Just like a shadow cannot exist without a light, we cannot exist without the light of the divinity. And now, why I hit upon that again and again and again and again every time, Prabhuji? Because if we created and you accepted that you are a God, at least you will not harm anyone anymore. We can create a better space. We can create a better place. We can live in harmony with each other. So that's the reason I say, don't try to be human anymore. Be God. Because when you think like God, there is a saying, Ujjwala ji, in Hindi, I always say that. बोल बोल के इंसान बन गए, बोल बोल के भगवान क्यों नहीं बन सकते? Why keep on repeating, I am a human, I am a human, I am a human. You have become a human by repeating you are a God. Why can't you become a God then? By repeating your name again and again and again as Santosh, 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 you have become Santosh. Even if there are 10,000 people out there and somebody calls Santosh, you will turn around, yes or no? Because by repeating that, you have accepted that as you. You have become that. And if you keep on repeating the same thing, you will become someday that, and you will see the quality will also rise within you. It's not only the food that I eat through my mouth, it also the food of my thoughts that change my physicality, mentality, and my world around me. And if you want to change that, अगर कुछ बनना है तो भगवान ही बनो, बाकी सब तो हर कोई बन जाते हैं. You can become anything, but if you want to become the ultimate. Then you can tell to the world, okay, you see, I have become this, now you come. Welcome to my world. Because that's the world you create. So now, you all of need, you have understood what is the importance of a mala. So get one. It is easily available, Prabhuji. I think like UK, you people will get it. If not, please contact Kirti. He will helping you out with that. But until then, don't wait. You can begin the process. Today, I will just initiate that into you, and tomorrow on, please start doing it. Monday morning, good start. Good. Second thing that you will be requiring is a mat on which you have to sit. It should be a red or a black. If you don't have any of these, you must be having some cloth of a black or a red color, right? On the mat that you can sit, put it on that and sit. That's it. You don't have that also, you must be having a stitching thread. Cut down some part of it, put it on there. That also works. Oh, you even don't have that? You must be having sindoor, kumkum or red color, even a sketch pen, right? At least your home. Draw a few lines on that. It also works. It needs a little bit of color in that. Why colors are required? See, certain colors, if I show you a color red, what comes to your mind? Danger, right? But it was not danger. The color red was the power indication of power, but that has been robbed off from us. And now whenever we see a color red, we only see blood. We don't see a bindi. We don't see the power of Sati. That's how we have been dragged away from our own cultures. So these particular things, when you see a red light, you don't cross over that, right? You don't jump over that. If you are not in India, that's a different story. But when you see that, you know something, you get an indication, right? If I show like this, what does that mean? If I say like this, I didn't said anything. I just did that, and you created your story because you have taken understanding about that. Okay, this means very good, right? Anywhere in the world, this looks only very good only, right? No, very good. Because in different places, they think in different ways. They have understood the sign language in a very different way. And if I say like this, what does that mean to you? रेवती जी, इसका मतलब क्या है? Am I saying good? Okay? नहीं, ठेंगा दिखा रहा हूं आपको. मैं आपको ठेंगा दिखा रहा हूं. आपके लिए लगा कि good to go. But how do you know what I'm showing? You only see the things by the way you understand it, right? So that's the exact thing I wanted to make you understand. That certain things attract you. For some people, you are more attracted to a pub rather than a devotional place. Some people will be more attracted towards pizza and burger rather than idli and dosa. Right? So this is the very simple way of understanding. It's your prabriti that pulls you towards that kind of spaces. Similarly, when we are asking or like invoking a deity, there are particular things that attract them. Now you say, so they still have that attractiveness towards this? Yes, they have, because they are also part of this creation. So now you need a mat. One is Rudraksh Mala, second is a mat, red or black. Then comes the mantra that I'm going to tell you. Sitting, you should be sitting facing towards the east or northeast. Very specific way. Let me tell you, if you are facing towards the east, you will only get the benefit of Batuk Bhairav. If you are sitting and facing the northeast, you will also get certain siddhis of sammohan. Sammohan means you speak and people listen. How ho raha hai na abhi? This is the greatest example. I'm not doing, it's happening. Why do you feel like listening to my voice? Whatever I'm saying, I might be talking ABCD also, but still then you say, oh, no, his next is going to say something. You know what is happening to you? When you do certain kind of siddhis, you don't have to think what is happening. You just speak and it happens. Anybody wants to be like that, Prabhuji? Interested? Like you speak and your entire team listens to you. Very simple way to start. Swapna ji and Ujjwala ji are looking at each other. It would be good, right? Yes. So start with this. The very specific one is, if you sit face towards the northeast and do that. What is the importance of this northeast? The importance has been given in the Rudra Yamal Tantra. In Rudra Yamal Tantra, Shiva, when Parvati asks him some questions, and it is said, no, you have heard that Shiva has 5 faces. Panchamukhi use kaha jata hai na? That's why the most prominently used Rudraksh is Panchamukhi. Because it not only denotes the 5 elements, it also denotes the 5 faces of Shiva. And that's why Panchamukhi ka zyada istemal hota hai whenever you do a chanting. Trimukhi ka alag hai, Ekmukhi ka alag hai, but you might have seen anyone doing a jap, they take up with the Panchamukhi. So Shiva has 5 faces. Why 5 faces? Because Parvati went into 5 directions to ask her questions. I think she didn't got answer in 1 face only. And that's what Swapna ji actually jumped around. Like, oh my God, she is also like that. She didn't got her answer. There was specific reason why it was done. When Shiva was talking to her while looking at the eastern side, पूर्व मुखी होके जब शिव बात कर रहे थे, he was giving him all the sattvic gyan about the creation process. When Parvati went to the west side में जब गए, the east was for the good ones, the west, when he went there, he taught her all the kalas, means what do you call, music, dance, drama, qualities, right? All the qualities when they were given, Shiva was looking towards the west side. When he was looking up towards north, he was teaching him all the qualities about Sammohan Prakriya. And when he was looking down towards south, he was teaching him Sthamban Kriya, Uchchatan. Means jitne bhi maran taran, means killing and reviving processes. Those were given while looking at the south. And that's why you see, like when a corpse is taken to a cremation ground, his heads are left towards that. Like his head is faced towards the south direction. Why south direction? Because when Shiva was giving all these qualities, teaching Shakti, Parvati about Uchchatan, some like Sthamban, Uchchatan and Maran Taran Prakriya, she took the avatar of Kali. She realized that fearful power of hers. That's why south is also considered the space of Kali. And all the people from South India, you're lucky. You know why? You're not in the Kali Yuga, you are in the Kali Yuga. So if you are in the Kali Yuga, you should get the blessings of that. You see, there are certain big, gigantic companies, those who always prefer to start their business here in the south. And by the way, where is more gold? Which part of India? You know the answers. Why is it that? Because यहाँ पे स्तंभन क्रिया है, यहाँ पे उच्चाटन है. इसलिए यहाँ पे है. But in the northeast, if you go to the northeast, have you heard of Mahayana, Vajrayana? In Buddhism also Tantra is there, right? Mahayana Buddhism, Tantrayan Buddhism. All these are related to Sammohan Prakriya. Tibet is very well known for that kind of things. Have you heard of Kamaksha? What is that? That is also a Tantra Peeth. It was said, Revati ji, that certain tantrics were there. In the daytime, they will make you a goat, and in the night, they will make you a human. Yeah, Swapna ji. See, if just think of this. While we were doing the 9-day process, I was asking about what you had your breakfast, right? Idli, sambar, then roti, chapati, rice, dal, and you made it a human. Without knowing any processes, you are making food to human. If a human makes a human to goat, what is the problem in that? It's just changing the vibrational frequency of them. That's it. A vibrational frequency of water keeps it liquid. But if you freeze it, you are changing the vibrational frequency of that. It becomes strong like ice. Yes or no? But now, as we know something called as a refrigerator, we don't see that magic happening. We just look at it and we say, oh, this is freezing. Similarly, for them also, it's the same thing. Oh, it's just like this. So if you want to have clarity in your voice and effectiveness in your voice, and at the same time, as I said, if you speak, people should listen to you, do the job facing towards the northeast. सम्मोहन की प्रक्रिया उसी दिशा में बैठ के की जाती है. But don't expect that tomorrow morning you just wake up and you say, and everybody just listens. If it happens, very good. It should happen to you. There are processes that can be taught, but it begins by you facing towards that. Now, how many of you are going to sit face towards east and do this job? देखो रेवती जी गलती से हाथ उठा दिए थे, बोले ईस्ट. नहीं नहीं, अब कोई ईस्ट के तरफ बैठेगा ही नहीं. बोले if in one job I get 2 benefits, why should I only get 1? That's your greed. Agreed? Agreed or not? That's your greed. But still, if that was process of greed, I should not have told you. I want you people to get the benefits as much as possible. So, very simple thing, take out your mobile phone, check the direction, face towards northeast. Now, face that and sit. Northeast direction देख लो, उस तरफ घूम जाओ, अगर ऑलरेडी वो उस तरफ नहीं बैठे हो तो. And if you don't know how to find that, you see how Kirti does. He took his phone and did like this, and then he's seeing it. And you know, actually I'm sitting facing that direction only. So I see like that is why you are getting much more impact. Huh? So everyone found Haribhai? Okay. So now please, if you are sitting facing towards the northeast, if you have your mala, please bring it out. If you don't have it also, no problem. Today I'll just tell that mantra to you so that the initiation happens in that. And after that, you can start your own job from tomorrow. And take the count from tomorrow itself for the next 40 days. Just check the dates. And one thing, especially if females are doing it, during their monthly cycle, what you have to do is you can do it in the mental chant. You don't need to take that mala again, right? So while continuing the jap, you don't need the mala at that time. Just keep the count in your mind. You just said the mantra 1, said the mantra again 2, you said the mantra 3. You keep it in a mental chanting also. You need not do it in a physical way by taking the mala. But don't worry, you will get the same benefits. Because for Shiva, they need that Shakti. But if it is Shakti already, it is easy for you. So all that you have to do tomorrow is, wherever you have decided to sit, please make sure if it is possible to sit in the same place, same time, manage that. If that is not possible, exceptions are there. But try to sit in the same place at the same time. If you do that, you get the benefits much faster. Now, Haribhai, do you have a photo of Batu Bhairav? So Haribhai.
Yes, Manasu.
Yeah, so if you can just share that. So let me just show them. So that they can have that image in their mind while doing it. Now, when tomorrow morning, when you are sitting in your place where you want to do the job, take a little water in your hand. Thoda sa jal le lo, right hand mein, okay? Take a little, if you have rice, akshat kehte ho na usse, pour some rice in your hand as well. While keeping that, holding it in your hand, take your own name. Take the name of your gotra as well. Means if you don't know what your gotra is, you can say Sarva Mangal Gotra. I will put it down in the write-up also. So don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. First understand that. I will step by step, I will mention what you have to do. So in your right hand, take a little water in your hand, put some rice into that. Okay. And while holding that, take the name of yours. आपके नाम से पूजा हो रही है because you are starting the अनुष्ठान. With your gotra, if you don't know your gotra, as I said, you can take it as Sarva Mangal Gotra, means all good. And some people like it in the way of Shiva, they say Shiva Gotram. Some people take it as Shakti, they say Shakti Gotram. So don't worry, any gotra is okay. If you don't know, you choose. Then, while holding that water in your hand, close your eyes and welcome that little fellow into your house. Although he will be roaming around tonight itself. So just focus, close your eyes and focus that as if he is now there in front of you. And trust me, he will. And while doing that, while you are holding that water, closing your eyes, think that he is sitting in front of you and take the prana, means take the anushthan, that for the next 40 days, I am going to do 324 japs, means 324 times I'm going to recite that mantra every single day for the next 40 days. And mind you, don't break that cycle in between. If you break it, you start it again for 40 days. But these 40 days, if you invest, I chose the word correctly. If you invest, you will get results in multifolds. So the photo will be shared. So don't worry, he's not going anywhere. I might be having here, but I think he's roaming somewhere. So yeah, so this is the photo of Batu Bhairav. So in one hand, he has a severed head. In the other, he has a sword. On the third, he has a damru, and in the final one he has a, what do you call as, I don't know what you people call it in English. हम वहां पे तो चामर कहते हैं इसे. You see, he is a saint and a warrior as well. A kid who can bring a bubble of happiness into your life and at the same time safeguard you. That's the image of this Batuk Bhairav. Yes, absolutely correct words, Alivaji. Charming little warrior. So while keeping this into mind, you take that Anushan that for the next 40 days, I am going to do the chant 108 into 3 times or 324 times per day. And then while doing that, you can pour that water onto the ground. For you people, do this simple thing. There are many different processes of doing that. But as you wanted Ujjwalaji, and that too, that is for the first day only. Second day, you don't need to do that as well. This much we can do. How much time? 1-2 minutes time. But that's good enough. And then after that, while sitting and you start the mantra, first and foremost thing, for the initial days, you have to feel the presence of that fellow in front of you. वो आपके सामने बैठने रहना चाहिए. Put it on the ground, yes. जहां आप बैठे हो ना, you just pour it there. And after that, you can clean that space. Not required. You can clean it and throw it away. Wipe it off. That's it. And yes, of course, you have to do it on sitting on the ground, not on the sofa. That's why we have a mat. And now, you close your eyes because you are already sitting facing towards the northeast. Wherever you are sitting right now, don't sit on the ground. Wherever you are sitting is okay for now. Please close your eyes. And I will just initiate you on that. You just listen to this. You don't have to do anything. The only thing is create that image of as if a 5-year-old kid who is blue in color sitting in front of you with a lovely smile on his face, a beautiful one. And of course, he's so cute that your hands will go to pull his cheek. Don't do that for now. Om ह्रीं Batukai Apatudharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya ह्रीं Om Swaha. Don't worry, this is not your mantra. Your mantra is much smaller. But in order to invoke, we will chant it 21 times now. You just listen to it. I will chant. And let me invoke that energy within you. I begin again. While invoking the Bhairava itself, may he give his powers, bestow his grace on us. And the process that we are going to begin, may all be done in his presence and by his guidance. May he not only become the guiding force of your life, the protector of you and your family, but also the one who elevates you in the path of spirituality and also fills your life with abundance and prosperity. Now I invoke the Bhairava itself through the mantra given by him. Om ह्रीं Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya ह्रीं Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Now may your ears be receptive to that kind of sounds. May your heart become a place where it can reside. May your body experience the energy of the divine Bhairava itself. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Om Hring Batukaya Apaduddharanaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hring Om Swaha. Now may this energy of this divine being surround you in this very moment. While you bring your entire focus now onto your Agna Chakra or the third eye area, the space between your eyebrows a little bit up on your forehead, bring your entire focus there. Om Batukaya Sthitimastu. Om Batukaya Riddhimastu. Om Batukaya Siddhimastu. You keep on focusing on your third eye area. Just sit there in absolute silence with focus on your third eye. Slowly allow that image to create in your area of the third eye. Agna Chakra ke upar. Just create that image as if you are able to see the face at your third eye area. You might just begin with an imagination, but later it will take the form and shape. Go. Take a shape, take a form. Stay with them. take care of all aspects of life. May you travel through words and through worlds to the ones, those who are ready to accept you into their lives. Just travel deep within yourself, and this itself will be a cleansing process. A process of looking deep down within and creating a space for the divine to shine within you. Start from your head and slowly come down while scanning your entire body from head to toe. And wherever there is a struggle, there is a pain or a pressure, just release that and say, relax, relax, relax. You might have noticed like your breath has already become shallow on its own. The more and the more still you become, the better it becomes for you. And as this clearing is happening for you, your mind is settling down. Now I initiate you on this mantra. And for you, in these days of 40 days itself, it should start showing up results. And the mantra that you are going to chant is Om Batuk Bhairavaya Namah. You see the word Namah. I did not say Namaha. No. Here it has to be cut down. Om Batuk Bhairavaya Namah. Om Batuk Bhairavaya Namah. Om Vatuk Bhairavaya Namah. So this is the way you are going to chant it. And while listening to this, if I continue doing that, you will realize that you will be traveling into very, very deep trance levels. Om Vatu Bhairavaya Namah. 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 So just chant with me for some time. You just repeat after me within your heart. Om Vatu Bhairavaya Namah. Om Vatu Bhairavaya Namah. Om Vatu Bhairavaya Namah. Om Vatu Bhairavaya Namah. Om Vatu Bhairavaya. And now, from tomorrow morning, you have to take this Anushthan and you can do it. For now, you can open your eyes and may His presence be felt in you. And that would be my part of making its presence felt at your home. But as I said, you have to take care of it. Wherever you are eating, make sure you feed it. You can act like feeding, right? But even Swapnaji, it has happened, it has bitten somebody's finger while they were acting. That has also happened. So whenever you are going out, just say, come on, Batuk, let's go. Now, what relation you are going to create with it is up to you. He's a small little kid. You can accept it as your friend. You can accept it as your kid. You can accept it as the divines residing at your home. But I always suggest, Only choose the first two. Either become a friend to it, because with friend you can share everything. And a true friend in need is a friend indeed. It doesn't come with restrictions. Eat whatever you want to eat. Now, have you seen his hand? He is holding a head. And I am sure you will not eat that much. Don't feed that child non-veg. You just feed him like, okay, chocolate khila do, ice cream khila do. I don't worry, he'll not tell I am having pain in my teeth. That's the good part. But acceptance into your life completely is something that is very much required. And I say, if you become a friend to it, it will like act like a friend. Why? Because I will tell you one more experience. Somebody again in the group, while doing job, if she has not fed, she started hearing voice. She thought it is her kids who are calling. And it has not happened for once. It has happened multiple times now. She goes and searches and she says like, both our kids are not at home. Then who is calling? And then she called me and this is happening. Are there ghosts around? I said, the fellow that you are having at your home will not allow any ghost, neither any negativity to come into your house. He will become the most important security guard of your house. He will not allow anything to enter bad into your home or into your life. So I said, it is no, it is not ghost, but what it is calling. What sound are you hearing? And she is hearing, Ma. And not once. Ma. Then my ears are ringing or what? And when she asked me, I said, what relation have you created? She said, with whom? I said, with the small little kid. Oh, I have created a relation as if I am her mother. And then what is wrong? He's calling you Ma. And again, these are not stories. These are people who can come and testify that. Not in the past, not in the future, now. So what relation you are creating is up to you. Because if we keep it as a divine, we'll again treat it like a god and we will never be close to it. Because we have created the difference between gods and us. But as a small little kid in your house, absolutely fine. So become a friend or make it your kid. You're traveling somewhere, make sure, come on, hold my hand now. And you don't have to tell that in the physical way, or else people will think what is happening to her. She has lost it. But we are giving you a Z plus security in an invisible way. And not only that, it will be there with you whenever you call it. And there is nothing to be fearful of. If you are fearful, you remember what I said, Sunny, last time. You believe more in ghosts rather than God. That's why you encounter ghosts, not God. So allow this little fellow to be there in your life. And the mantra, as you know, I will share it again. It's very simple. To begin with, you start with this only. Om Batuk Bhairavaya Namah. Om Batuk Bhairavaya Namah. And Namah is something that you have to cut down. You don't have to stretch it. One specific rule for this. Namah. It should be like you severed it from something. That gives it the power. And yes, Haribhai will be sharing the audio file also. So all easy for you. So from tomorrow, just begin with this process. And fine, soon I'll be waiting to listen from you that what you experienced with it. One immediate change that will happen to you is dogs will find you very nice person. They will be the first ones. Wherever you go, don't worry, they won't bite you. They will feel comfortable with you because Batuk Bhairav has its own vehicle called as a dog. उसका जो वाहन है वो dog है. And it will happen like the same dog that used to look at you and bark, you see what happens to him after you start this. That would be a quite quantifiable way of looking at it, right? Suddenly it will stop doing that. Rather, it will feel comfortable around you. And these are just the basic things that will happen. But as I said, we'll be listening to your own experiences with that. And once these 40 days are over, we will add one more thing to that mantra so that we empower this fellow every time we do a job. And I will be shortly coming with another one. But for the UK group, you please continue with this 40 days first. Because that would be enough for now. But soon enough, I will be coming with Vayu Bhairav. And that is not for everyone. I will select some people for that. Because you don't need that energy in your life. But those people have a lot of enemies, you know. बहुत सारे लोग लगे हुए उनके पीछे, उनके लिए है. So those people, I will be selecting them and you see what happens to them. I said, no, if somebody is driving very fast, either they will crash or they will be caught. That's what will happen to them. So if anyone, physical enemies, mental enemies is you. There is no mental enemy outside. Sumaji, I wrote one sentence today. Shall I tell that? God said, I have not given you any pain. I have not given you any trouble. Who is saying? God is saying. What is the statement? God says, I have not given you any pain or trouble. I have given you all the pain and troubles. हिंदी में कहूं, भगवान कहते हैं कि मैंने तुम्हें कोई दुख नहीं दिया, मैंने तुम्हें दुख दिया है. I have not given you any troubles or problems. I, your individual I, has given you all the pains and troubles. मैंने नहीं, मैंने. So if that I is troubling you, Sumaji, so let's talk on that. Let's pull you out of that space also. And finally, there's a very simple way of doing it. There are ritualistic ways, Vedic ways, which is very difficult to do. You have seen, like when we were doing Swarnakashana Bhairav mantra, how grandeur it was. But on special request of Ujjwala ji only. Simplified, no maintenance, low maintenance. But may his grace, see, I can talk in a lighter way for him because I have created that kind of a relationship. I've created a friendship with him, so I can talk anything about my friend. Sometime he will come and hit, and I will sometime go and hit. That happens. And you will feel that also. If you become a friend to it, you will feel that way also. You will be most comfortable with this small little fellow than any of your friends also. You know, something there is called as a cozy pillow. He will become that to you. So please go ahead and start that, and we will be posting the way you have to do it. I will again put it down in a step-by-step format so that you people start processing that. And those, okay, Revati ji is raising her hand. So any questions regarding that, you can also please ask me, because we have another 15 minutes in hand. Okay, Revati ji, please unmute.
Yeah. Revati ji, you can unmute, please.
Yeah, I think I missed out that part of 324 times.
Okay.
I was changing rooms, I think. I
Okay,
just-
so it is nothing but if you take one mala and do 3 times every single day, it
That's
becomes
108,
324.
no?
108 into 3 times.
Okay.
So it becomes 324.
Okay.
So that is the number of chants, because if you cannot do a mala, for those people, those who are keeping a count on their hands or fingers, for them, they have to keep it a count of 324.
Okay.
So that is
Thank-
easy for them. Okay. Thank you. So no other questions. That is good. That means you are rather okay. Swapna ji.
Namaste, Manas ji.
Namaskar. Boliye.
I asked the couple of questions in the chat.
Oh, I missed it, I believe. So let me see if I can go back. Besides protection, does he gives financial abundance? Of course, that's where we begin. Because once you get this acquainted to his energies, then we will do the Swarnakarshan also for you people.
Okay.
That is absolutely purely related to abundance of wealth and all those things. But that doesn't mean that this fellow doesn't work in that way. It completes, it comes as a complete package. If you see the image of this fellow also, even though he is an incarnate of Shiva as a Vairava, but still it is also wearing golden ornaments.
Hmm.
But Shiva doesn't wear golden ornaments.
No.
But these fellows do. Why? Because these are specifically the Vairavas that denote something. Every part of his body can be told you in such a way. Everything that they are wearing, why there are the hands like this, why he's standing in that posture, why he's looking to a certain direction, why he's smiling. Everything has a meaning to it. But you don't need to go into that right now. You have to experience its energies, right? It will surely bring abundance. And yes, for abundance, we will fill you with abundance of processes.
Thank you. Thank you.
And can we ask anything to him or have conversation with him? Absolutely, you should. You have to wait to meet us, or I have to wait to meet you people for a week. He's just a call away. Because he's just roaming around. Sometimes you get playful with, right? What are you doing? And you see he'll answer.
That's interesting, isn't it? Yes.
And initially, it's not like an external sound that is coming. That noise will come from within. And you will realize that. Because that very moment you will be able to differentiate that it is not my voice, somebody else is speaking. Can we ask? Okay, so these are the two questions that you posted, or is there something?
And
Okay, good.
Ujjwala ji has one more.
Okay.
You.
Hello, Manasji. Good morning.
Good morning.
You said last week, I know this one was there, but also you said something about for the kids, which is one-liner as well, isn't it? Were you able to tell that?
For the kids, the only thing that they have to sit and chant, one simple thing if they can do. I don't know if Vidyaji is around here today. Haribhai, is Vidyaji around?
Yeah,
Vidyaji is around. Just check if she can speak. Now she is a teacher.
Vidyaji.
Okay. So Ujjwala, she is a teacher, and she was facing some troubles with the kids in her school. So Vidyaji, can you share what happened to that kid that was never listening to you and creating a fuss around for everyone?
Yes, Gurudev. My pleasure. Actually, that kid is only 6 years old, not more than it. He's just passed out his first and entering a second standard. And he daily write the letters on behalf of the other school friends. Sometimes it is the good word, sometimes it is a bad word. And he is going to say the same to a principal and class teacher, subject teacher. Someone write a letter for me. All are get fed up. Even we get the lots of counselor session for him. Still, then we come to know after a 4 months that he is a somewhat attention seeker because he have a baby girl in the house, and both the parents are working as well, so can't give much attention. So he just want the attention. So I just have a call with the parents, just ask him to do a jap of the Saraswati mantra. And both the parents sit together daily and do a one jap only with that kids. And only on a 4th day they call me, he never write a letter again, and the behaving is totally changed. Totally, not a single letter in a school, in house also his behaving get changed. And then I start the same thing with my class, where I as a class teacher, when I'm taking the attendance, I start with the 10 minutes, I just ask students to do the same job. And my class get the best class awards of the year, where we are not in a rank. Because all the higher grades are in a rank, my class is not there. Principal lastly announced there will be no any criteria, only the whatever internal submissions, those class do 100%, that is my class, and they get the award, trophy and certificate.
One single simple word can bring this change.
Yes.
So thank you, Vidyaji, for sharing that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gurudev.
Because if you teach your children just to do one simple word, Aim, that is AIEEM. Aim is the sound. It is the Bij mantra of Saraswati. This Aim is for the kids. Even grown-ups can do that. For grown-ups, I suggest one more mantra. But for the kids, they cannot chant more. But they have learned A, B, C, D, E, right? So tell them another way of doing it. So like, this is just a sound that you have to do. Even though they begin it as a sound, it has an impact on them. Because this, if you say that word, just say that, you know where it is vibrating. You do it right away. Can you see, when you are doing that chant, it is not vibrating in your belly. It is vibrating absolutely in this space. What is that? That means that has a force to change the mental activity of a child. And you see, we talk about Pancha Indriyas, right? But you have all the 5 Indriyas in your face itself. You see, you smell, you taste, you hear, you feel the touch in your face itself. Your face has all the Pancha Indriyas. If you can have a clarity on this, you can have clarity on all the Pancha Indriyas. So this particular mantra's Aim creates that vibration, especially in the frontal fontanelle, as well as in the creative lobe. Why are people not creative nowadays? because they are not exposed to that kind of thing. But if you see, this is actually vibrating in the middle. And just allow your kids to do that. How many times every day? It's their choice. They can do it for 11 times. They can do it for 21 times. They can do it for 108 times. Apart from that, I would suggest one more specific thing for the kids. It is Brahmari. What is Brahmari? Brahmari is nothing but closing both your ears with your fingers and humming like a bee within. If you hum like that, like it is Brahmar means bee, right? That you call as. So if you do that chanting like that within you, the grasping power will increase drastically. You can do this experimentation also, what I say. You take 4 or 5 kids, ask them to remember certain words, and you see the result that they give. If you give 10, might be they will be able to remember around 6 to 7. Which 6 to 7? The first 4 and the last 3, or the first 3 and the last 4. But in the middle, they will lose out on 2-3 words. That's exactly what happens with the kids. I don't know if we can do a particular session for the kids also, just for their remembrance, how to get good grades. Now, somebody asked, especially my family members, Ujjwalaji, they always doubt on that part on me. If you know all this, then why were your grades not that great? I said, because my grades are not graded by humans. My grades should be graded by the divine. And not only that, it works. Because I have not experimented it on 1-2 kids. There are some schools, those who have adopted it on a regular process. And of course, if we have kids, Hari Bhai ka pet peeve hai yo. Like, bhai, always you speak about that you are going to talk about kids, but you never take any session for the kids. If not kids, then we will teach the parents. At least the parents will teach their kids. So we will do one thing. I will take at least few things that your kids can start doing right away. And as I was saying, no, if you take 5 kids, they will be remembering 7 words, they will lose out on 3. Ask them to do the Brahmari process for 5 to 7 days. And now give them the words. You will see at least they will be able to remember 9. Within 5 days. And if they keep on repeating that, you will see their grasping power increases drastically. That's what I'm using a word very particularly, drastically I'm saying. So there are certain simple methods that if are inculcated into our kids now. And now Imon's teacher always asks me, what is his secret? How is he topper in everything that he is doing? I said, he is the secret. You know why? Because there are other ways also. There are secret ways. Shall I teach you? But secret way should be done in a secret way, not like in a live YouTube channel going on. I'll do one thing. Hari bhai, on that day, it will not be going live on YouTube. Will you allow that?
As you wish.
And more than that, if you want to do experimentation on somebody, that person should not be available with you. And I will show you how any kind of bad habit can be broken without anything. Without any medication. anything. If there is a relationship issue, the relationship can be helped. If there is a person who is going into depression, that can be helped. If there is a situation that the person feels like he's not been cared for, it will help. If a person feels they are not abundant, that can be healed. Simple process. And it is so simple that you will doubt on the process. And if you doubt, it will not work. You don't have to doubt, you just have to do what I say. And yesterday I was talking to Sandhya ji and Nilima ji also. You know, I experimented that in my house. It worked. So I can assure that it will work. So we'll come up with few. How do you want it? You want all the kids to attend one session, or you attend and you teach them, whichever way. But I am for sure, like if we inform Jhansi ji, her entire school will be there online on that day. So in that case also, Haribhai, we can do that. If we are going for these techniques, I'm not talking about the secret technique. Hello, I'm talking about the technique for the kids. Only the secret techniques are for those who are interested. You please let me know. We will do a separate session. But these things are so very powerful, but they are lost now in this world. And more than that, if you want to change yourself, I will give you the same technique and you can change yourself also. Let's say I have a habit of getting angry. Even I can do the same experimentation on myself and get the results. Ab batao. It is so impactful. So we'll do that. So might be next week. Okay, done. Oh, sorry, next week is difficult. Next week we can do one thing. I will check the feasibility. If possible, is it okay for you to have the session on Saturday, same time, 7 a.m. your time on Saturday? Does it work for you? Or you have offices? So is it okay that we do that session on Saturday morning, 7 a.m. for you all? If that works for everyone, then we'll go ahead. And for people of IST, it will be the same time, 12:30. So is it okay? 7 to 8. Yes, 1 hour. The 1 hour is okay for that. Will not require 2 hours for it. 1 hour is okay. But it all depends on how much you want to learn out of it. Because one problem with me is, yes, I also have problems. That if I start giving, I don't stop. Because it comes not as one, it comes like a cloud burst. So I will try to limit myself within that 1 hour. And whatever is left out, we will check for the next time. So only close group of people, no recording on that day. And Hariva, you are at home. Lavanya ji is also listening. So be careful, because that can be applied on you also. It's all about in whose hand is the gun. That's it. But it can obviously be utilized. What Swapna ji were asking, na, is there any mantra for that kind of abundance in your life? You don't need even a mantra for this. It's like such amazing space. Okay. So most probably, I think like Prabhu ji, Santosh ji, and anyways, Swapna ji and Ujjwala ji have given yes to that. Kirti is fine with it. Anyone else? Raji ji and all the other people, those who are especially from the UK time zone, please confirm. Okay, so Swapna ji, okay, please unmute.
Manoj, is this the next week? Is it the kids one you're talking about, 7 to 8, or is it? Which one is it?
You decide. You want to learn first, or you want your kids to be faster?
Oh, okay. All right. No, because the only reason why I was saying is about the timings, because of so we can just get the kids ready. So it's not for the kids, it's for us, isn't it? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. You get the results, then you will become more enthusiastic about teaching those to your kids, right?
Okay, fine. Thanks.
Fine. So, and that's it for now. And even Haribhai, I'm not sure, like for next Sunday morning session for India people. So if possible, we'll do it on Saturday. Because all the Indian people will be at my home on that day. That's the issue here. So I have moved into the house, but my family has not moved in. Which family? The bigger family that I carry right now. So I'm making a small arrangement for the people to be here. Because some people are here and other people are saying, why are we not there? I said, okay, you will also come, don't worry. So most probably it will be next Sunday. So please excuse me for next Sunday if I'm not able to take that session, or else if you are really interested, we will do it on Saturday itself, the session. Anyways, we are doing it for UK. So if we can put down the same thing for others also, we can complete it in one session, right, Haribhai?
Yes, Manoj.
And if that doesn't work for those people, then we will keep it for the next Sunday and we will repeat that session for them.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you, everyone. But please go ahead with that small little kid with you. And let it take care of you in every aspect of your life. And Prabhuji, do share what happens with your experiences with that fellow. Every one of you. Why only Prabhuji? I just took one name. So till we meet again, till then, have a wonderful time. Live in the most amazing way that you are created to be. And if possible, you just go and watch that today morning session. Haribhai, please share that in the group also, because I was thinking to do it in Hindi, but I ended up speaking all in English only. So I think it is okay for both the people, those who can understand that part. And surely for others, we will meet this time. Like most probably majority of you will be meeting me at my home itself in the next Sunday. Until we meet again, remember, rise and shine and stay divine. And remember that what Imon always speaks of, stay God and be